Hello, and welcome to this episode of Command Line Basics for Linux. In this tutorial, we're going to explore the use of the history command. The history command is a built-in tool that displays a list of commands used in the terminal session. It allows users to reuse any listed command without retyping it. Prior to executing the command, let's review the help reference. To do so, we type in the command history -- help, and let's pipe this through more. Here you can see it provides the name of the command, brief description of the command, as well as any options available to execute with the command. So to begin, as mentioned, it allows you to reuse a command without typing it. So how do we do that? Well, you simply press the up and down arrows to find the command you want to execute. So let's redo that. Then you press enter. So let's type in history by itself. Here you can see it lists all the commands that I have recently typed in to my terminal session. In this case, there's 23 items. So what if I didn't want to see all 23? I just wanted to see the last 5 that I typed. I would type in history and the number 5. And there would display the last 5 items that I've entered into the terminal. So in the next example, I want to search history using grep for a command that I typed in to open up code. To do so, I type in history grep code. And here you see it returns the results code.bashrc, history grep code, and history grep code. All the commands that contain the word code. Now we can alter the behavior of the terminal by editing the bashrc file. So to do so, if you're to open up your Explorer, your File Explorer, and you should have a file called bashrc. In this case, we're not seeing that file. So what we need to do is we need to come over here and ensure hidden files is shown. Now when we scroll down, we can see the bashrc file. So an alternate method to do that through the command line by typing in ls-la, and you can see here that the bashrc file is listed. And notice the dot in front of bashrc, that indicates that it's a hidden file. So let's go ahead and open up the bashrc file and we'll type in code, my favorite code editor, .bashrc. And here you'll see my bashrc file. And I have a section specifically for history and you may have to type this information in because yours may not contain it. And in here, I have export history control, ignore both, and erase duplicates. What that will do is that will ignore any duplicate entries. So if you type in ls-la once, twice, 3 times, it will only list ls-la once. I like that. Now the history file size, you can adjust that to contain how many lines you want shown in there. And in this case, I want the last 10 items to show. So now if we save that, anytime you make changes to your bash RC file, you have to restart your terminal. So let's close it, open it again. So now when I type in history, it should only show 10 items. And as you can see, it does. The last 10 items that were typed into the history. Now the history file size, the default is 2000 items it will store in the file. I think that's a bit excessive and creates a large unnecessary file. So I like to stick around 100. And then the final thing here is export history time format. That displays a date timestamp with the history output. Let's take a look at that. You have to restart the terminal. Now when we type in history, you can see it provides a date timestamp for when the command was entered. I don't really care for that, so I'm going to switch that back off. Restart our terminal. Check our history again. Sure that there it goes. And the last and final thing is to clear history. To clear your history, you simply type in history -C, and we can verify that history has been cleared by typing in history again, or actually use the up arrow or down arrow, which is not showing anything because we cleared the history. So let's type in history, and there, it has successfully cleared our history. And that, my friends, is all there is to the history command in Linux. Thank you, and see you in the next episode.